Circo Alegria. In 1970, Circo Alegria arrived in the small town of Sol Nascent, bringing with it a magical and promising atmosphere. "Come see the show," announced the colorful billboard at the entrance to the town, while a sound truck drove through the streets, inviting everyone to a night of fun and enchantment. The circus, known for its varied attractions and talented artists, quickly became the center of attention. Among the many artists, one in particular stood out, the clown Tampinha. With his red nose, disheveled blue hair and exaggeratedly large shoes, Tampinha was the children's favorite. His performance was always the most anticipated, and he knew how to make everyone laugh with his antics and naive jokes. Families left the shows with light hearts and smiles on their faces, enchanted by the clown's talent and charisma. However, the joy did not last long. A few weeks after the circus arrived, the city began to be haunted by a series of mysterious disappearances. Children around the age of 5 disappeared without a trace, causing panic and despair among the residents. The local police, despite their efforts, seemed unable to find any clues to the whereabouts of the missing children. It was then that Detective Reinaldo Simas, an experienced investigator with a keen intuition, was called in to help with the investigation. Reinaldo began his work by questioning residents, visiting the places where the children were last seen and examining all possible clues. However, something intrigued him. The disappearances coincided with the arrival of Circo Alegria. Determined to investigate further, Reinaldo went to see one of the circus performances. He carefully observed every move of the performers, but it was Tampinha who caught his attention. The clown, normally so cheerful and playful, seemed to be watching the children in the audience intensely, especially those around the age of 5. Reinaldo felt a chill when he realized that Tampinha was not only entertaining the children, but also studying them as if he were searching for something. Intrigued, the detective began to investigate the clown's personal life. He discovered that Tampinha, whose real name was Godofredo, had a childhood marked by abuse. At the age of 5, he was locked in the basement of his house by his parents as a form of punishment, an experience that deeply traumatized him. Apparently, Godofredo had an obsession with children the same age he was when he suffered the abuse. With this information, Reinaldo Simas developed a disturbing theory. Godofredo, now the clown Tampinha, could be kidnapping children. He then decided to watch another show, this time with a plan in mind. During the performance, he noticed that Tampinha approached the children after the show, offering them toys and candy. Reinaldo's suspicion became a certainty when he saw Tampinha leave with a child through the artist's entrance. He followed the clown discreetly and watched him disappear through a side door that led backstage. Reinaldo waited for a moment and then decided to act. He entered backstage, making his way silently through the maze of corridors and tents until he reached the stage. It was there that he found the black box, large enough to hide a person. With his heart racing, Reinaldo opened the box and found a staircase that led down to a secret compartment beneath the stage. Cautiously descending the staircase, he found a small, dimly lit room where several children were, including those who had recently disappeared. The children were frightened, but fortunately they did not appear to be hurt. Reinaldo quickly got them out and carried them out of the circus, delivering them into the anxious arms of their parents, who had already been alerted by the police. The detective went back inside the circus, determined to capture Tampinha before he could escape. Reinaldo found Tampinha in the dressing room, still dressed as a clown. The look on Godofredo's face was one of pure defeat, as if he knew his secret had been revealed. He offered no resistance when he was arrested. During the interrogation, he confessed that he had kidnapped the children to protect them from the world, believing that he was saving them from a life of suffering, just as he himself had suffered. The case shocked the city of Sol Nascent and had repercussions throughout the region. Circo Alegria, which had once brought so much joy, was now remembered as the scene of a nightmare. The clown Tampinha was convicted and taken to a psychiatric institution, where he received treatment for his trauma and psychological problems. Luckily, the children were found in time and, after undergoing psychological counseling, began to recover from the trauma. The city in turn took some time to recover from the trauma. All that said, the story of Tampinha and the missing children has never been forgotten. It served as a grim reminder that not everything that seems cheerful and harmless is really what it seems.